A monk lived near a temple, and across from his dwelling, a prostitute resided in a small house. Every day, the monk would watch as numerous men entered and left the woman's home. Troubled by what he saw, he decided to confront her. One day, he approached her, his voice stern and disapproving. "You are committing grave sins. Day and night you show disrespect to God. Why don't you abandon this sinful path?" He took a deep breath before continuing. "Have you ever thought about what will happen to you after death?" The woman froze. A deep shame washed over her, and with a heavy heart she turned to God in prayer, her voice trembling with sincerity. She pleaded earnestly, "Please, Lord, forgive me. Show me another way to live, a path away from this life of sin." But no opportunity came. No matter how hard she searched, she found no other means to survive. After a week of hunger and despair, she had no choice but to return to her old ways. Yet, each time she surrendered herself to another stranger, her soul ached. She closed her eyes, whispered a broken prayer, and begged for forgiveness. The monk, watching from afar, grew enraged, his fists clenched. "She ignored my warning," he thought bitterly. "From this day forward, I will count every man who enters that house, until the day this sinful woman dies." Determined, he placed a small clay bowl beside him. Each time he saw a man step into her home, he let a pebble drop into the bowl. The sound echoed in his ears. Day after day, the pebbles accumulated. The mound of stone grew higher, heavier. After some time, the monk called out to the woman again. His voice was sharp, filled with judgment. Pointing at the heap of pebbles, he declared, "Do you see this mountain of stones? Each one represents a terrible sin you have committed since I first warned you. Even after my words, you continued down this path. I am telling you once more, be mindful of your actions." The woman gasped. Her hands trembled. Only now did she truly realize how much her sins had accumulated. Her knees gave way and she collapsed onto the floor of her home, tears spilling from her eyes. "Oh Lord, when will your mercy free me from this life of suffering?" Her voice cracked with desperation. God heard her cries. That very day, the angel of death appeared, silent, merciless. He placed a gentle hand upon the woman's shoulder, and just like that, she was gone. Her soul, light as a feather, rose toward the heavens. Then, following divine command, the angel turned. He crossed the street. The monk barely had time to react before he too was taken. Moments later, the prostitute's soul ascended, gliding effortlessly into heaven. Meanwhile, the monk, stunned, felt an unshakable force dragging him downward. Shadows curled around him. Demons appeared, their whispers cold and merciless. They seized his soul and began pulling him toward the depths of hell. The monk panicked. "Wait! This must be a mistake." His voice was filled with horror. His eyes darted upward, where he could still see the woman, now glowing with divine light. "Lord, is this your justice? I have spent my entire life in poverty and devotion, yet I am condemned to hell. Meanwhile, this woman, who has lived a life of sin, is taken to heaven?" A divine messenger descended, his voice calm but firm. "God's justice is always fair. You believe that loving God meant scrutinizing the actions of others and passing judgment upon them." The monk's breath caught in his throat as the messenger continued. "But while you filled your heart with self-righteousness and pride, this woman spent her nights in prayer, seeking forgiveness with a sincere heart. Her soul, cleansed by her tears, became so light that we could lift her to heaven." The monk's eyes widened as realization struck him. The divine voice echoed one last time, "But the weight of those pebbles, your judgments and resentments, anchored your soul, making it too heavy to rise." The monk screamed, but no one listened. The demons dragged him into the abyss, and soon silence fell once more. Many of us consider ourselves righteous and pure, yet we are quick to judge others, labeling them as sinners for actions we deem immoral. Instead of focusing on condemning others, we should dedicate our efforts to making the world a better place, providing opportunities for those in need. Rather than pointing fingers, we should work toward eradicating poverty and hardship so that no one is forced into a life they do not choose.